Hello everyone, this is Dr. Harsha Parecha and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about service marketing. Let us understand what is service marketing. Marketing of any service is called service marketing in very simple terms. Now, here if you see, it is written, it is a form of marketing business that provides service to its customers. The service which is used to increase brand awareness and sales. मार्केटिंग किसी भी सर्विस की जब हम करते हैं दैट इज कॉल्ड एज सर्विस मार्केटिंग एंड व्हाई डू वी डू इट सर्विस मार्केटिंग इज डन टू इंक्रीज द ब्रांड अवेयरनेस एंड टू इंक्रीज द sales. Okay, now we should also understand service marketing is very different from product marketing. In case of product marketing, what we can do is we always showcase the benefits which some product offers to you. But in case of services, the benefits which a service gives is highly intangible. You cannot see the service. Okay, if I am teaching to you, you cannot see the teaching going on. Now see, unlike the product marketing, service marketing focuses on intangible benefits which gives value to its customers. The benefits which service offers, the main focus is on that particular part. Now let us see few more definition of services. Here, American Marketing Association 1960, it has given the definition of service. It says services are activities, benefits or satisfaction which are offered for sale in connection with the goods, in connection with the sale of goods. Here we should also know this thing that they are talking about the service which is provided in connection with some sale of goods. In case of Christopher Lovelock, what he has said that it is an economic activity which creates some value and provide benefit to the customers. The important aspect which Christopher has put forward is that it should bring a desired change in or on behalf of the recipient of the service. That means the one who is receiving the service, there should be some desired change in him or her. Now Christopher Kotler is one of the one famous name in case of service marketing subject. Kotler has contributed a lot to service marketing subject. Now he is the one who has put forward this concept for the very first time that services, they may be tied to a physical product or may not be. He has put forward this idea that it is not necessary that services should be attached to a physical product. So he is the one who has put forward this concept that we can segregate service from the product also. Now let us see the characteristics of services. We have understood the meaning of service so far. Now let us talk about the characteristics of services. The first characteristics of service is intangibility. Intangible. That means you cannot see service, you cannot touch service. What does the word intangible means? You cannot see, you cannot touch. So you cannot see the service which is given by somebody. You cannot touch the service. You will get the benefit, but you cannot see it visually. The second characteristic of service is inseparability. You cannot separate the service from its owner. If a doctor is treating you, you cannot separate the treatment of doctor from doctor. You cannot separate the legal advice which a lawyer is giving to you from him. Okay, so you cannot separate the owner and service. The third characteristic is perishability. Now see, services if not utilized at the same time goes in vain, बाद में उसका कोई मतलब नहीं रहेगा. If I'm explaining it to you and if you are not paying attention, what does that mean? That means now the service you will not be able to use it again. It is now vain, it is in vain. So services, if not used or utilized immediately, they go in vain. That is why they are called as perishable. Next characteristics, variability. Now services are variable. See, you will get different types of services from different people. If you go to 10 doctors at a time, you will see the service they provide, it is highly different. Somebody will talk to you very politely, somebody will not. Okay, so they vary from person to person. Okay, next is simultaneous. The production and the consumption of service, they take place at the same time. If a service is produced, that means if a service is given to you, and if you are not utilizing it, if you are not consuming it, then that means the service is not used. If you go to somebody, say for example, if you went to a financial advisor and if you are asking his advice on some matter, so he is giving you advice, you are listening to it, and you are trying to understand it. So the consumption of service, production of service and the consumption of service, they take place at the same time. And the last characteristics is lack of ownership. Even if you are getting the advice from legal financial advisor, what will happen here? You will not get the ownership of his or her service. Let us try to understand this with an example. If you buy any product, what will happen? The moment you pay the amount, you become the owner of that product, right? But in case of service, this is not the place. This is not the thing. If even if you are paying the charges for the service, you doesn't become the owner of the service the person is offering to you. Okay, so transfer of ownership doesn't take place here. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. There are 6 characteristics of service: intangibility, inseparability, perishability, variability, and simultaneous and lack of ownership. Now let us try to understand the difference between goods and service. If you look after, if you see this table if you pay attention to this table, you will see there are certain points written over here which will show you the difference between goods and service. So let us start with the basic meaning of service and goods. So what is service? Service is an activity or it is a process. And in case of goods, it is some tangible object, something. Okay. With this, we come to the next point, that is service is highly intangible. You cannot touch it. You cannot see it. On the other hand, goods are tangible. In case of service, they are heterogeneous. That means they are different from person to person. Service provided by any two people will not be same. Or more than that, if you go to 100 people, it will not be the same. But in case of goods, you will find homogeneous products all over around or in the market. Okay, we have already discussed this point and we have said that it is variability. Okay, so services are variable. On the other hand, goods are not. They are all the same. Here, production, consumption, and distribution takes place at the same time. And in this case, it does not take place at the same time. Production, distribution, and consumption, all the three are different stages from where the products. Uh, Next point. Core value is produced by the interaction between the buyer and the seller. And here, the core value, that is the product, is produced in the factory. The next point is, here customer participation is very important. Customers do participate in the production process. How? For example, if you give feedback to some advisor, financial advisor, legal advisor, anybody, so that feedback plays a very important role in that feedback plays a very important role. What will the person do? He will try to incorporate whatever things you have said to him. Okay. On the other hand, customers do not participate in the production process. Okay. You cannot keep services in stock, whereas goods are kept in stock. There is no transfer of ownership in the services. On the other hand, there is transfer of ownership in the services. I hope you people understood the difference between goods and services. Now in the next lecture, we are going to see some other topics of service marketing. So till the time, take care everybody. Thank you so much. Keep watching. Bye-bye.